The next property is something else to take a look at. Play School Lane on the west side. And this is what Play School looks like. So for looking at the picture here, what do you notice is different about Play School versus what you just saw on the property on Cocoa? All right. Man, Kate, I'm telling you what, you are going to have a really tough job choosing who has been the most vocal here. Because we have, I think, I don't know, tons and tons of notes coming in here, and you guys are nailing it here. We've got, let me see here to make sure to say thank you to John. John says townhome. Chad says townhome. John says townhome. Carrie says tall and narrow. Frank says multifamily. Another townhome from Kevin. You guys, thank you very much for your engagement. I hope you guys are getting as much out of this too. So it's a townhome here. And John has a question about condo fees on the unit. We are going to talk right about that in just a second here. But a townhome is a wonderful investment. It's a large percentage of what we do here at JWB. We've been building townhomes, either the townhome communities that we build or townhomes, that we didn't actually build the entire community. Still can be great investments because what townhomes allow you to do is to get brand new construction, and it allows you to have an investment that typically is going to cost less. So that's why people typically go to townhomes versus single family homes. It's typically a budget item, and you can buy more properties when you buy things that cost less. Now, the cool thing is that whether you're talking about a townhome or a traditional single family detached home, the returns on investment, as I'm going to show you here, are very similar. And to answer the question about townhome HOAs, that does take that into account. And we're going to take a look at that. But this is on the west side here. So that's that area right here. Play School. So purchase price, first thing to point out, $155,000. I typically share with people that our typical purchase prices are between $160,000 and $200,000. So this is definitely on the low end of what you'll find, which is great. Great opportunity there. 3 beds, 2.5 baths, a 1-car garage. Very cool again. I happen to choose 2 properties that I looked at, and they both, when I was preparing for this, and they both happened to be leased for 2 years. And that is not normal. That's not always the case. It does happen from time to time, but it's certainly not normal across the landscape of turnkey providers. So again, you could walk in here owning this asset and having it be cash flow, positively cash flowing from day one. 2 years of a lease, resident already in place at a $1,275 rent number with rent escalations. So the next thing, a great question there, does it include HOA dues? And it does. Okay, it does include those HOA dues. This is something we care a tremendous amount about. In fact, we've built out this entire Play School road here of townhomes. We have a significant influence on how decisions are made within the townhome HOA between us and the clients that own these assets. We have a lot of votes when it comes to budgets for HOA. So it's not the same type of risk that you face with a crazy HOA president coming in there and jacking up your HOA dues. We take a lot of time and concern before putting an asset in front of you to know that we do have a significant influence. And right now, that the HOA fees are what they are, $13.95, which works great for cash flows. And as I mentioned, significant influence going forward on what that budget would be. So what all of that comes down to is an estimated monthly cash flow of about $200 a month and an estimated total return on investment about 8.9%. Again, very similar to what you see for a single family detached house.